Epic Games have fixed absolutely everything in this latest patch, and we are over the moon about it, like really over the moon about it. You can actually get into 124 ventures now and 140. They fixed it. They fixed absolutely everything that they've messed up. This is crazy work. Let's get into those patch notes. Hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World videos. Yes, Epic Games have patched absolutely everything they've messed up. There's so many bug fixes in this patch notes. It is crazy. We'll try to get through them all. But yeah, we've got the patch notes here, and we're just going to go through them. But the main ones is that the power level system now works properly, and especially in ventures, so you can actually get to those top levels in ventures. You can actually do that now. So everybody can actually finish ventures. Crazy work. So they say it squashes a bunch of bugs affecting gadgets, power level scaling, and overall progression. So there's a long list of bug fixes here, so I'm going to try and get through this fairly quickly. They fixed an issue where gadgets and tools did not receive the correct number of automatic upgrades during the progression update. So that was 39.00. That was last week's update. They resolved an issue where completing a mission could cause power level to go lower than it actually is, potentially locking players out of high level missions. So that was if you went into a lower power level zone, your power level gets capped, and then when you came back out, it actually didn't refresh it. So there were fixes to this that we covered, but now this just works like it should do. Enemies in group missions above power level 140 now scale correctly, so that means 140 missions actually have the power level 250 enemies that they should, instead of just being power level 140. Yeah, they're going to be harder again, but that's how it should be. The command gadgets tab now appears correctly after completing the Storm Shield Defense 3 mission, so that mustn't have turned up in time, but that now works. Remove mentions of research points from in-game screens, so that's just consistent across with the new change. Deployed an additional fix to address remaining cases where Mantis sleep wouldn't respond, so that is supposedly now fully fixed, which is what I said last time, but hopefully it actually is now. The bomb and destroy the bomb now correctly moves along the track and reaches the launcher without being blocked. I believe there's still issues with destroy the bomb mission, such as sometimes you just can't link them up, so that's probably why they're still not giving them mission alerts and don't want people to play it, but at least they're working on it, and it should hopefully be a full mission that is properly working sometime soon. With Simple Edit, the wall and roof previews are now present when making archers or ramps. Hero loadout slots no longer appear in the Llamas tab for players who already have the minimum number, preventing errors. So yeah, fair enough. Controller focus now correctly stays on the crafting options pop-up, preventing unintended navigation behind the menu. So I've noticed that if you go to craft like a lower trap, you use the L1, R1 to change the power level, and that actually changes the tab in the menu, but that should stop that from happening. That's a really good change because it's been annoying me for a while. Fixed an issue where players could get stuck on the report player screen after submitting a report. I've actually had that issue as well, because we do report those AFK leeches. On Xbox, they fixed a crash occurring when interacting with the defender post, so that's good. I assume people were doing that because they were trying to duplicate stuff. Also, with the duplication, apparently that's been patched, so you can no longer do that. But I'm sure people will find a different way to do that very quickly, so don't worry. Players can now fire the crankshot sniper rifle without the muzzle flash blocking their view. Nice stuff. Fixed an issue where frogs were difficult to hit while stationary. Yeah, I think I've had that issue as well. They're also very stuttery, so I don't know. Storm shields in Wargames Safety Zone now display correct textures. Mist pods fixed in future game update, so that's to come because they have that grey ass looking ass appear to them. Objective icons on the map now display at the correct size, improving visibility. I'm not sure what that actually relates to. I haven't noticed anything like that, but there you go. And then they've got some known issues, so there's a bunch on here. So X join the team notification still displays power level and fort start increase text, even though these no longer change when people join a party, so that's an interesting one. Some abilities may be spammable while on cooldown, sometimes consuming energy even though the ability is not actually activated. Not actually noticed that, but good that they are aware of it and getting to fix it. And yeah, there's a lot of different smaller issues here. One of which actually Hotwire's overcharge perk may not trigger lightning damage consistently. So this is, it says, releasing and pressing the attack button again will restart the lightning damage. That's what I usually do. If you've seen me in streams, I'll like jump to reset the swing. It should work by just holding down the trigger. It should do lightning on every single hit, but after that first hit, it just never does it for me. So it's a good job that they're aware of that and can fix it going forward. But yeah, absolutely behemoth list of fixes there. I mean, that's when I said they fixed everything, I meant they fixed everything. Now, some of the core ones there, the more important ones, are the power level, so there's no longer the bug where it goes down, so it should be displaying correctly. And then the ventures, we can actually finish ventures now, and we're not going to be super underpowered. That is a really good change. Obviously, it's kind of one of those things where you shouldn't really give too much credit for fixing something they broke in the first place. They should really have tested this stuff, but I guess they're just using us as guinea pigs instead. But they have been pretty quick on changing it, so that's some positive news. Now, we've discussed this before, but I think all these changes, stuff getting fixed so quickly, so many things being done in one patch, and, you know, the overall graphic update. Apparently, they're updating the graphics on the Autumn and Canny Valley areas. These are all pointing for me towards big updates coming and potentially free to play, as we've discussed before. Now, the question remains, after they've done, you know, they've done the Stonewood area update graphically, they're doing the Autumn and the Canny ones. What are they then going to do with Twine? Are they going to maybe make a new biome for it? Because it doesn't actually have its own biome. It just uses the lower three ones. So can we see some sort of lava area? Maybe Survive the Horde sort of vibe? That screams Twine to me, but maybe a bit darker, a bit more lava-y filled. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool to see. It would actually help potentially with some Twine missions, because when the enemies turn into fire, when they go through lava and stuff, that probably makes it easier for the 160 missions, because then your metal's stronger because it's weak against nature enemies. I don't actually know if it changes nature to fire though. I have to test that. But yeah, I think this is great news. There's so much happening, and they're clearly pumping loads of resource into this, which can only mean, surely, that they have something planned big coming, and they can't spend all this resource without getting something back. So I think they're going to have to monetize Save the World somehow, and going free to play and adding like a battle pass is a strong way to go. You know, they've sort of simplified, you know, they've removed research, which simplifies the power level and the progression system in the game, which would make sense if they were going to make it free to play. They don't want to make it too complex for new players. Maybe we'll see other changes coming as well around maybe survivor squads, which will simple it down a little bit, or just add an in-game explanation as to how things work, like a better in-game explanation, rather than just telling you once and then there you go, you have to go to CammyG's YouTube tutorials to figure out what's going on. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think there's something big coming? I think there must be. I mean, they're pumping so much resource into this that there must be something coming. And I think the numbers for Save the World being consistent and actually increasing lately are a good indication of that. And Epic Games probably see that and know that something is coming. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. As usual, a beautiful update today. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video. Cheers!